Sorry guys, I had to shut that. What's up guys? It's Nick Vadas here. This live stream is a little different. I am in a motel right now. I might give you guys a tour in a little bit, but the main topic of this video is Michael died 10 years ago right now, and it's very tragic. Because on August 29th, a legend was born. And I feel like MJ's legacy, after he died, of course it was sad and tragic, and, we'd never get another album. And we never get to see This Is It or what would happen after This Is It. We never even got to see one show of This Is It, but I've always wondered what it would be like. But I feel like it was just a bump in the road of his legacy, because after he passed, I feel like there was a brand new set of MJ fans after he passed. Because you got to think, in 2009, because of the trial and what people thought about MJ, he wasn't surfacing as much as he was, say, in the 90s, like when Dangerous came out, or even Thriller. But when he started to resurface in 2009 because of This Is It, a lot of fans that have been fans with him for a long time came back, and we even got new fans. And after they died, when MJ was being talked about everywhere again, I feel like there is a whole new generation of MJ fans. And I feel like that was just amazing. So we can always look back on his legacy. And I wanted to tell my story, how I found out MJ had died. River Gibbs told his story, so I feel it's right that I tell you guys mine, especially on June 25th. It's actually not June 25th for too much longer. I'm in a motel. I've been out all day doing stuff, and I'm sorry if my hair looks thrashed. I was swimming earlier, but I want to get somewhere else for this. Oh, and these are new J's I got. I kind of wanted to do a review of these, but my stupid editing software was acting dumb that day, so I couldn't get it up. Oh, before I show you guys, look at this view. It looked better when the sun was going down, but you can see pretty much the entire city. It's dope. But I was 3. And like I said, I've told my story about how I got into MJ. I knew his music. I knew what he meant to people. And when I actually started to watch his stuff and I started to get into MJ, I remember finding out about the big tour. And my little 3-year-old self, I was a little baby, and I was getting into MJ back then. I didn't understand too many things like I do now, but you know what I mean. I was starting to really support MJ and become a real fan, even though I was that little. But I remember finding out about the This Is It thing and a comeback, and I didn't even know what that meant. But all I knew is I didn't even know what going on tour was. All I knew is he was going to do something. It was going to be amazing, and it was going to be awesome. And then, of course, you guys know that This Is It tour was supposed to take place in July. I think the first show was scheduled for July 6th, maybe. July 7th, something like that. But, one second. I got to look that up real quick. When was the first show for This Is It. When was the first show for This It set for? I'd have to look for a little bit. When was the first show? This Is It, Michael Jackson. July 13th, 2009 is when the tour was supposed to start, the very first show. So I remember he was planning for this big tour. Not even know what that meant. He's coming back. I knew he was going to be back in concert. I knew it meant a lot to a lot of people. And I really don't know how to feel about it. I didn't mean as much as it does to me now back then. But I remember that happening. And then June 25th. That day came, and I remember it was a normal day. Now, I cannot feel as much sympathy and as much frustration as somebody that was, let's say, 10 or my age when MJ died, because they can probably remember it a lot clearer. My memory wasn't even fully developed. I was so little. I remember getting the news that Michael Jackson had been rushed to hospital and stuff like that. I remember seeing it on TVs, talking about it in the news, and then right after, I figured he's gonna be okay. You know, he's gonna whatever. Nobody knew what was happening, and then I remember just forgot about it. I thought, okay, Michael Jackson in hospital. It's probably a tabloid thing or whatever. So I left, and then like a day later, I remember. One second. What? Yo, I'm sorry, guys. It was just somebody in the room. But I remember finding out like a day later about the news and being really like bummed out and sad. I've seen people crying. And I knew we meant to a lot of people, and I knew we made a difference in the world, but when I saw how bad and how many people it impacted, they're crying. I feel like it made me realize even more that this man was like, oh God, he was something different. Michael Jackson, he was something different, man. I'll always remember him in my heart. But guys, I feel like I've talked enough in this video. It's been 10 minutes, and I'm tired. So I feel like I'm just going to peace out right now, and I'll talk to you guys later. With love, L. Michael, you will always be remembered in my heart.